What if Deku was a demon? Part 2. Now, I read the comment section from last time, and some of you guys were questioning about Izuku and Eri and that thing. Eri has been aged up to be Izuku's age as well. Just trying to clarify, because some of you guys were deaf and couldn't hear that apparently, because Izuku and Eri are the same age in this What If. And also, before getting into this, go subscribe to my Roblox channel, Lord Duck. I will be posting on there very soon once I get back to my PC and can edit and upload a video, as I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on there. So go check that out. And now, let's get back into this What If. Now, where I left off, Izuku had just saved Ochako Uraraka from the massive zero-pointer. Izuku would walk home with Eri and himself, as they would then get to the house they were renting out with the money they stole. Now, with the demon powers they have acquired, they can shapeshift, so one of the things they have shapeshifted into was a different form, so that they could steal stuff without being caught, which Izuku could go to a bank and rob it, while Eri could go to a different bank and rob that one, and they could get twice the profit, and then when they were running away, shapeshift, hide money, and then go back to it later, therefore getting the money. Now, Izuku from there would then basically go and just wait to get his letter of acceptance into UA, as he knew he scored a very high score along with Eri, so he basically knew both of them were going to make it. He'd also be searching for other people that could possibly join him. He hasn't found anybody quite like him and Eri yet that could join their group that they are making. So Izuku would continue to just walk around, as it has been a week since the UA entrance exam. From there, Izuku would stumble upon an alleyway, to which he would hear people just calling somebody a villain. As Izuku would look into the alleyway, as he would see a purple-haired kid just stuck up against a corner with a bunch of people just bullying him and punching him, calling him a villain because of his quirk. Izuku would walk into the alleyway as him in his Demon King form, which he calls himself the Demon King, basically. He would walk up to these kids as they would look up to see this tall figure standing over them, just casting a shadow down to them. As they look up to see this mysterious figure's face, to see nothing. One of them gets a bit of confidence and says, "Hey, who the hell are you to walk in on this? We're just teaching this kid a lesson here for being a villain and thinking he can be a hero." Izuku would then smile, showing his devilishly spiky and white teeth, as now the only thing these bullies can see are Izuku's white teeth. They can see nothing else but the figure that looks like Izuku and his teeth, which makes them all terrified. Izuku would grab the supposed leader in the head, or the person who got that random stroke of confidence, as he would grab by the head and toss him into a dumpster to where the lid would shut, as Izuku would then grab the other two by their heads and slam them together, knocking them out. As Izuku would then look down on Shinso, who would be, of course, cowering in fear by this crazy person that just beat his bullies to what looked to be death when they were really unconscious. Izuku would then place a hand out to Shinso, offering for Shinso to take it. Shinso would take this, as Shinso would then be transformed into a demon, as Izuku would then say, "I've transformed you into a demon. Now come with me. Now that I've transformed you, you'll have to join me." Shinso would agree, having seen Izuku as his savior, basically, and would go back to her house, or Izuku and Eri's house, as he would then get there, as Izuku would then explain everything that him and Iri's goals and plans are. Shinso would accept this, as Izuku would then tell Shinso that since no one knows of him, he can stay in his real form, and basically he has to stay with the brainwashing quirk he has up until they finally decide to do something, as they really don't have any more ideas for what Shinso could do. Now, Izuku would then receive a letter in the mail along with Iri, with Shinso also getting one, basically saying if they made it into UA or not. All of them, of course, got into UA, but only 2 of them made it into the hero course, which I can guarantee you all know which of them got into the hero course, those being Izuku and Iri. Now, from there, the letter said, come pick up your UA uniforms, and in 3 weeks' time, you will be going to the UA school for your first day of school. And now, a quick ad break.
Are you interested in buying yourself some My Hero Academia merch? Some amazing hoodies, shirts with your favorite character on it? From Izuku Midoriya to Shoto Todoroki, Bakugo Katsuki, and Himiko Toga. Go click the link in my description box now and get some awesome discounts from 17% up to 48% off. They offer you free shipping as well. So, what are you waiting for? Link in the description.
Now that the ad is over, we can get back into this what if. Now, of course, after those 3 weeks would be up, Izuku, Iri, and Shinso would all go to UA, talking to each other, with them now being pretty great friends. Now, from there, Izuku and Iri and Shinso would walk into UA, with them splitting up to go to their respective classrooms. Izuku and Iri to Class 1A, with Shinso going to Class 1C, which is not the hero course, if you don't know. Izuku would walk into the hero course, as it would then just be sitting down next to each other, as they would be waiting, with many people coming up and talking to each of them. Izuku giving off a bright, happy, and joyful personality, with Iri doing the same, when in reality, it's not so much for Izuku. Now, Izuku would end up having Uraraka walk up to him, thanking him for saving her, as Izuku would then say, "Oh, it was no problem. I just do whatever I can to become the greatest hero. It's always been my dream to become the #1 hero ever since I was a kid." Which the entire class would basically agree with that, because they've all wanted to become the #1 hero, as they inspire to be All Might. Izuku would just smile at them, as Izawa would walk in. The entire class, or most of the class, would scream saying, "Oh, what the hell is that? Is that a caterpillar thing?" Izuku would then just look at it, as he'd say, that looks like it's Aizawa, or our teacher, I think. The entire class would look over, as they'd say, "How do you know that our teacher's name is Aizawa?" Izuku would then say, "Oh, you guys didn't read the letter thing that we got? It said what your teacher's name is." Aizawa would stand up and get out of the sleeping bag, as he'd say, "That is correct. Now, let's get started here. Put these PE uniforms on and go down to testing ground A. We'll be testing your quirks today." The entire class would say yes, as they'd go to the locker rooms, get changed, and then go down to the testing grounds so that they can test their quirk. Izuku would be tossed the ball, having gotten the highest score on the entrance exam, so Aizawa would tell Izuku to throw the ball as far as possible. Izuku would say yes, as he would then wind his hand back as he chucked the ball using a lot of his strength quirk, as it would go a good 2,000 meters. Now, Izuku would have thrown the ball 2,000 meters, like I just said, with the entire class just going like, "Whoa, that's insane, Izuku! I can't wait to do that. This looks so much fun!" To which Aizawa would glare at the student who said that and say, "Since it's gonna be so much fun to you, let's drag that emotion away. The person in last place will be expelled. The entire class, well, the entire class minus Izuku and Eri would be like, whoa, that's unfair, you can't do that. Izuku would just laugh as he'd say, did you guys really not research who your teacher's gonna be? I mean, he did expel an entire class of students last year. Everyone would look at Izuku with their jaws dropped like, what, he did that? And he can do that? Aizawa would then say, yeah, but it was a lot of paperwork, and I don't like that. This year I'll only expel one person. The entire class would nod, now getting focused as they don't want to be expelled from their dream school. Now, Izuku would do the tests, always getting first with his great strength quirk, with Eri getting around 10th or 11th, as she's only using her rewind quirk, and that's not very useful in a lot of the tests that Aizawa had for them. Now from there, the results would show with Eri in 7th, with Izuku in 1st. Now from there, Izuku would walk back home, meeting up with Eri and Shinso, as they would go back to their house to discuss plans and what they will have to do to get their plans or dreams met. Izuku would just say he wants society to be better. He doesn't want society to be looking down on people for if they're a demon or if they have a villainous quirk, as that's just stupid that society does that. He wants it to change that, and in order to get change, he's going to have to work outside the system and possibly break laws to do so. Now, Izuku would be walking down the streets at night with just hearing about some random thing, with somebody begging the police to let him go as it wasn't them, which Izuku would walk down to as he would see somebody begging the police as he saw a crime scene with a body bag right next to him, as he would hear over one of the police say that that guy killed his wife, which Izuku would wonder, where's the evidence? They would say they have no evidence, but it was clearly him. I mean, his quirk is devilish. It's some type of mind control quirk. Izuku would just get an idea of mind control quirk as he'd say, no way, is that Shinso's dad? Izuku would then appear out of nowhere in front of the police officer, about to put the person Shinso's dad into the police car. Izuku would have been too late to stop him as the police car would drive off, but Izuku, having looked like he was about to stop it, the police would get up and start shooting at Izuku, thinking he was a villain, to which Izuku would dodge all the bullets, at least that's what it looked like to the police, as Izuku would then drop 2 lead balls right in front of him, which would look like smashed bullets into that ball. The police would look on in shock like, what the hell? Who the hell are you? Izuku would then smile down on them just like he did to those bullies, as he would then speak in a low, devilish tone. Now, I can't do that voice, so let me just say, oh, I'm the devil, or the demon king. Devil, oh my god. I'm the demon king. You all should fear me. The entire police force would just, like, as they'd just cower in fear as they'd all hop into their police cars and drive off. Izuku would then go back to his house, transforming back into Izuku, or the Izuku we know, just a bit taller, as Izuku would then go back into UA the next day with his friends. From there, All Might would burst through the door saying it's time for heroics class. The entire class would just jump in joy, saying, yeah, we get to work with All Might. All Might's our teacher, that's amazing! Izuku, of course, not so much, but he had to hide behind a joyful manner, saying, yeah, this is gonna be great. All Might would press a button saying, you guys all can't be heroes without costumes, can you? Which would then reveal a bunch of costumes. Izuku has somewhat of a costume like he has in canon, just not with all the All Might stuff. Izuku would walk down with Eri, as All Might would then do a lottery for who's going to be versing up against each other in the Heroes vs. Villains assessment. It would be chosen that it would be Izuku and Eri against Bakugo and Ida. Now, from there, both of Izuku and Eri would walk into the building after they give the heads up by All Might, as Izuku right away would destroy all the cameras without being seen. The entire class would wonder what was happening, but All Might just thought it was a glitch and told them to carry on. From there, Izuku would walk down the halls as he would tell Eri to go take care of the bomb, as Ida would be there to protect it. Izuku would then hear stomping from around the corner as he would see that it would be Bakugo. Izuku would then just transform into his Demon King form as Bakugo would turn the corner and say, "Who the hell are you?" Izuku, of course, would just say, "Oh, you don't remember me, Bakugo. I'm the kid you bullied and called the Demon. It's quite sad you don't remember. No matter. I'll finally end your reign, here and now." Izuku would then grab Bakugo's head just like he did to the bullies, as he would then toss him up in the air and uppercut him, slamming him into the ceiling. Izuku would then slam Bakugo down into the ground as he would go unconscious. From there, Izuku would open up a portal and drop Bakugo inside. This portal would lead to the League of Villains hideout. Now, from there, the League of Villains would wonder, who is this? As Hirogiri would then say, that looks like a student from UA. I can see in the uniform. I'd probably take him as a hostage. Would be great. Could possibly get him to join us. Yes, that would be. Izuku would then transform back into his normal form, as he would then restate the cameras, as he would be looking around confused. As he would then continue looking around, as he would get to Eri, would help her just get the bomb, as All Might would tell them to come back, saying they won. From there, when they get back, All Might would ask where Bakugo was, as Izuku said he saw Bakugo fall through some type of portal thing, but he doesn't really remember what else happened, as he got hit in the head fighting Ida. From there, All Might would then say, possible villain attack. I must inform Nezu. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy What If Deku Was a Demon Part 2. And before I end it, I'd like to thank the thumbnail artist and the editor for doing stuff in the video. I'd also like to say, if you like the background music, link in the description below. And if you like Roblox, go subscribe to my Roblox channel, LureDuck. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on there. I thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye.